I'm Jallis, a sim racer from Finland. You've probably never heard of me, but glad you found this video. I've been live streaming for about 2 years now, and a few months ago I was asked by my friend James if I, in addition to streaming, could also make some videos. I replied to him that I have never done any videos, but I can try. And he replied that you better start practicing because there's an interesting project coming up. A few days later I got a message from a guy called Trev Rich from Pixel Tracks. Pixel Tracks has made some tracks for my favorite game rFactor 2. He said that they are completely remaking their first track that is called the Daimler track. The other tracks are the Sweg Raceway, over 8 kilometers long road course type of track in Sweden. This track has a beautiful bridge crossing section included. The Assen TT track in Netherlands, that is best known for hosting yearly MotoGP Grand Prix among many other motorsports events. Pixel Tracks updated this track to match the modern standards back in 2021. And my favorite of these 4 tracks, the Patras track, that was a multi-million euros project that started in 2012 to bring the Formula 1 circus to Greece, but due to the international financial crisis, the project never saw the daylight, and today it looks even worse than our Kymi in Finland. Pixel Tracks wanted me to do a video that includes both the old and the new version of the track to see how different they are compared to each other. And I'm gonna soon head out to the old version of the track with this beautiful Infiniti Q50 that is part of the official BTCC release by Studio 397. Awesome livery, by the way. Okay, so time to find out how the old version looks. Let's start the engine and get to the track. Pit exit is really short. Can turn off the pit limiter immediately. Yeah, I'll do one slow lap and then I'll put a replay if I manage to do a better lap, so you can see how the track looks from the trackside replay. Here's a double 90-degree corner, and you don't want to go outside there because that green stuff is extremely slippery. And then is one fast corner, another, but it's a bit slower, and then this is difficult one. It's really long corner, and then this chicane and another 90 degree, and this is pretty tight here. And this one has late apex. And then we're off the back straight. Look at the grandstands there. They are pretty far from the track. Definitely need binoculars to see something from there. And then there is this 90 degree, and then 2 90-degree corners, and then off the start finish line. And then I'll just show that there is end of this straight, there is pretty tricky corner also. Surprise, 2 90-degree corners. Yep. Okay, let's move on to the replay. As we are watching the replay of the old version, I am underlining that this track is the first track Pixel Tracks made to rFactor 2, and that's why it has some obvious flaws. On my opinion, the track definitely has potential. It has quite a few of those fast corners where you can push the car and tires to the limit and balance on the edge of the grip. Those are really good corners to test the aero setup of the car you're driving. Track also has long straights that provide good overtaking opportunities either during the straights or braking into those tight corners after the straight. Then to the flaws. The track is made to simulate a test track, so that's why all the safety areas are so wide and all the objects are so far away from the track. A perfect example of this in real life is the Paul Ricard track. When all the obstacles are far away from the track, there is no sense of danger. And the sense of danger is what most of us are chasing when sim racing. Of course, the green artificial turf next to the track is extremely slippery and it's easy to spin your car when hitting it, but that's not the same. The other thing is that the track is completely flat. It has no height differences or any sort of camber in the corners. That would make any track much more boring than they really are. Just imagine Spa-Francorchamps being flat. But when messaging with Trev, he said that those things will definitely be different in the 2022 version of the track. So let's go and find out what that version looks like. Okay, so here we are at the brand new Daimler 2022 track, and I'm about to go out for the first time on this track, and pretty excited, So let's fire up the engine and go. Oh, different direction. Here's my teammate Mr. BTCC behind. Let's take the limiter off and whoa, completely different track. I have no clue where I'm going. Oh, the Hudson Cup. Nice. Oh. That's a nasty chicane there. Tricky one. Oh, look at that. Nice. Thank you, Trev. Wow. Awesome stuff. Awesome. This was a surprise. Speechless. Wow, this is a really nice track. Great job by Pixel Tracks. Oh, there's Rookie Monsters logos. And this long right-hander felt better than the old version, definitely. And some nice uphills and downhills here. Sorry, I'm not driving fast because I just want to enjoy the moment. Daimler 2022. Wow. I don't know what to say. Now that I have done some more laps here with many different cars, I do know what to say. First of all, I want to remind you that the time this video was made, the track version is 1.01. The track itself is ready, but there's some upgrades coming to the trackside objects and landscape in the future. The layout is almost the same as it was in the old version, but believe me, it felt that I was on a completely different track. In addition to the BTCC cars, I have now tested this track with GTE and GT3 cars, some open wheelers and even with LMP cars, and my honest opinion is that the track is really good fun with all of them. The height differences and most of the corners having some camber just makes this track so much better than the old version. The track also has few tricky bumps in the braking zones that brings an extra challenge finding a perfect braking distance to those corners. Pixel Tracks has also removed the extremely slippery green artificial turf next to the track and replaced it with more forgiving material in the small runoff areas. But beware, the grass next to those is slippery as usual, and the railing is now much more closer to the track, so you get to pay for your mistakes more easier than before. I really like that there's still those flat out corners that were in the old version. With some added camber, you now really get to experience the sense of speed in those corners. My opinion is that with these changes, this track now finally fulfills its potential. And if you want to test it out yourself, the download link is in the description. Thank you for watching.